Happy Wednesday, everybody. Admittedly, I have struggled with a best way to keep track of tasks and prioritize them for as long as I can remember. I have created different elementary systems like writing on sticky notes, regular notes, digital sticky notes, and right now I have an 8:30 to 9 a.m. spot marked on my calendar recurring that I check about just every day. The issue here is that this can create a laundry list as long as a CVS receipt, and there's little sense of prioritization. So that is what I'm going to talk about today for our 24th mental model in this 30 and 30 series. I present to you the Eisenhower Matrix. Now, Eisy was an effective dude. Before he was our president numero 34, he was a 5-star general. He commanded the Allied forces during World War II. While he was president, he led the creation of NASA. He helped develop DARPA, which led to the internet, not to mention the Atomic Energy Act, which further demilitarized and allowed for peaceful uses of alternative energy. After his presidency, he became president of Columbia University and also led NATO. He had such faculty at managing all of this, thanks to his baby, the Eisenhower Matrix, which has stood the test of time and allowed him to become one of the most consistent figureheads in the history of the United States. He functioned with the belief that what is most important is seldom urgent, and what is most urgent is seldom important. So before we get into the matrix, what is the difference between important and urgent? Aren't they the same thing? Not necessarily. Urgent tasks are time sensitive. There's a set due date that is necessary for proper completion. This can be returning phone calls, responding to emails, making your kids breakfast in the morning. Whether or not these tasks are important, they require us to be reactive. And at times, we spend an inordinate amount of time on them. This can cause stress and anxiety. Important reflects a need to be deliberate. They are more strategic and have larger meaning and purpose. With the right planning, we can attack these thoughtfully and proactively, leading to more free time. So what tends to happen is we often focus on things that are important and urgent. And this seems fine enough, but we often neglect important items until they are too urgent. This can be stressful. The Matrix helps solve for this. It is broken up into 4 quadrants, categorized by importance and urgency. Clockwise, important and urgent tasks are those that you'll set to complete first. These I'd consider to be early morning work, just get it done. Important but not urgent tasks relate to longer term goals and are critical, but don't have a serious deadline yet. These are those that should be scheduled. I will be pragmatic about these and block off time on my calendar, largely seeking this on days where I have a lighter load of meetings or calls, for instance. I find that having the space to get into a flow state here is critical to achieving this successfully. Third, not important but urgent. This is busy work. If you have the means to delegate it, do so. If you can't, these should be a focus only when you've handled the first 2 quadrants. And last, not important or urgent. These tend to be the biggest contributors to procrastination, and while fine in moderation, should not be considered until we've tackled the first 3. Okay, so there you have it. Think about how this manifests itself on your calendar. For somebody who has recently just started this, the one piece of advice I would have is to include your personal tasks with your professional. That way nothing is neglected, and after all, they're both a part of your life. I'm providing a template to the Eisenhower Matrix in the comments below, and as always, in the long form post above, I have other sources and helpful links. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.